Hey travelers, M here, with my take on the MCU. Starting with working titles X-Men First Class or X-Men Exposed, which starts with Professor X mentally calling in his students into his office when new stories of strange robberies keep happening throughout the city. When the X-Men go to investigate, they find a group called the Brotherhood of Mutants, led by the mysterious Magneto behind them. Now, the interesting thing about these robberies is that they're completely legal transactions. Mystique is going into stores in a pre-mutant form look with her legal ID, and Magneto is buying materials with money he earned by selling scrapyard at the docks. They're not creating illusionary money and paying for it with that, like the MRD later claims. The general idea is that their crime is that they're mutants. They didn't actually steal anything, thus giving the Brotherhood a legitimate reason to be angry, because they're just trying to leave, not causing any trouble, like they don't want to be noticed, but the increased anti-mutant violence forces their hand to be more in the open and use quicker but riskier tactics. Eventually, this all comes to a head in Act 2, where people start to notice mutants and thus become more violent, forcing the X-Men to battle out with the Brotherhood of Mutants to ensure everyone's safety. Cyclops and Phoenix battle Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. It's a tough fight with Pietro's speed not enabling Scott to get a good clean shot, while Phoenix and Scarlet Witch are evenly matched until Wanda's hex power causes too much havoc when she tries to help out her brother, giving Scott the opportunity he needs to get one good solid shot on the speedster. An event allowing the two to team up and handle the Scarlet Witch. Beast and Angel have a brutal fight with Toad and the Blob, as Toad counters Angel's wings in the beginning with his venom, and the Blob's skin proves too tough for Beast, until they team up and Angel uses the Beast like a cannonball by dropping him from a height, which doesn't take the Blob out, but it does take out Toad, giving them the ability to retreat because they have just no solution for the Blob. Iceman and Morph battle Pyro and Mastermind. This is a fight that's a well-earned victory for the two, as Iceman takes on Pyro, and because he can't generate his own flame, Iceman just overwhelms him with ice. Morph has some trouble with Mastermind's illusions, but because Mastermind can't do any damage with his abilities, whereas Morph is nothing but adaptability because of his mutant power of being able to take on the physical abilities of any mutant he studies, they eventually win the day. In Act 3, they have their final showdown with Magneto at the docks, where he was getting his money. The dock workers are refusing to give Magneto the ship he paid for or his money back. They're straight up trying to rob him. So naturally, he fights back in a rage, because his Brotherhood has been attacked, he's being threatened, and it goes down in a fight very much like Uncanny X-Men issue number 1. A few nerds out there. Unfortunately, this reveals the X-Men to the world and shows mutants fighting other mutants, which showcases just how terrible their powers are to the public. Some other notes that might interest you is Jean Grey's codename in this is Phoenix, because in my MCU, the Phoenix Force isn't some cosmic force that nobody understands, it's just part of her mutation. I did this because, functionally, it's hers anyway, because it keeps going to Jean, and it allows her psychic abilities to have a flame look and interesting fire powers, which separates her from the other psychic characters. Hank McCoy will not be becoming the Flu Beast at any point. We already have two feral-based characters on the X-Men, Wolverine and Wolfsbane, if you're wondering. And I think his pre-Blue Beast powers are not fully explored, like his control over his own muscles for one, and I just like it better. Angel has healing powers because it makes him more useful and makes the Angel codename make more sense. Let me know if you're interested about any other characters, but until then, see you around, travelers.